Welcome to Baby's Birthday. Each show joins a mum-to-be and counts down to the birth of their baby, revealing all the drama, laughter and tears involved in giving birth. Because let's be honest, giving birth is never a walk in the park. To help chart each birth, this is the Baby's Birthday Clock. It's there to count down to each mum's due date. And once labour kicks off, the clock kicks in and times the birth so you know exactly how long each mum's been in labour, whether it's 2 hours or a whopping 20 hours. All the action of the birth is boiled down into a half-hour show. So, we'd better crack on.
Hold him there, good breath.
This time we join teenager Sophie and her family as she has her baby. But Sophie's plans of a dream birth are not to be.
Come on, I've 3 ringlets here now. Go on, let's have another curl.
Meet teenagers Sophie Spivey and her boyfriend James. Unlike your average 17-year-olds, it's not just driving tests and A-level exams that are on their minds. The young couple are having a baby together, although the pregnancy wasn't planned. At Bolton Sixth Form College, James and Sophie continue their studies despite having a baby.
When we first found out, it was a big surprise and a shock. I think I was crying for a few days. Now that I've got used to being pregnant, I'm excited. I want to see the best for my child, to see it grow up and have a good education. That's why I'm not giving up university. So I don't want people to think I've had a baby to get out of working. As soon as I've had the baby, I'm having 3 weeks off if everything's gone okay in the labour. Then I'm going to go back to college.
At just 17, the couple seem clear on their future and have their whole life mapped out. Well, almost.
We're both planning to go to Bolton University when we leave. But
September, aren't we?
yeah, it's gonna be hard with getting it again. We both want to be successful, so I want to be an accountant, and a good one as well, and a lot of money. So,
I want to be a barrister. I want to move down to London, but
no, yeah,
not decided on
that's
that
not
yet.
open for discussion yet as well.
The whole family has been incredibly supportive and James's dad has invited them both to live with him. But Sophie's dad wasn't so pleased when he first heard the news his little girl was pregnant.
To be honest, my reaction when I first found out about Sophie and James having a baby was quite a muted reaction because, well, for a start, Sophie told me by text while I was at work, which was such a, and of course, because she's so young, Sophie, at first I felt, oh no, she's making the same mistakes that I've made and she's messing her life up and she's got college and, and she's going to do a degree. And then, but then after a while, well, fairly quickly actually, I started to see that Sophie was, if anything, she was throwing herself into the college and she was really focused and being really mature about it. And James is the best son-in-law you could wish for. So that really quickly dissipated and became so happy for her really and really proud of her, so it's a great thing.
The couple are really excited about becoming parents, but with the due date been and gone, there's still no sign of the baby. When the little one does want to meet the world, Sophie's adamant she will have a natural birth and not rely on drugs to ease the pain.
Really looking forward to the birth. Sophie's made a birth plan and she's really exactly what she wants. I will have this, I won't have that.
I've put that I just want, on my birth plan, I just want to have gas and air. And that under no circumstances I put on her that I don't want an epidural. Because I don't want a caesarean because I've no stretch marks and I don't want it, obviously, to ruin my stomach. And I want to experience labour as well because I've done all the classes and stuff.
Yeah, you feel well if we don't experience it now, that's it.
I want to see what all the hype is about, what people say.
Yeah.
The nursery is newly decorated and everything is ready. Everything that is apart from the baby. It's 8 days past the due date and still no sign of it putting in an appearance. Sophie and James visit the hospital for a checkup and to discuss if and when labour will be induced.
Right, my name's Denise, I'm one of the midwives here, all right.
Yeah.
You're overdue now, about 8 days?
8 days, yeah.
Yeah. All right, not look so nervous. I'm not going to do anything nasty. Right, now, what I'm going to do now is just examine you, just make sure everything's okay, and then we'll talk about induction, okay?
I've been told the pains a lot stronger, and it distresses the baby because it's been set off. Not naturally, obviously. And they wanted to induce me on the Wednesday, which was, I'd be 13 days over. And I said no. And then they said, right, well, 15 days we'll have to do you. But I still didn't want to be done on 15 days. I think they were patronising me because I was young, like trying to persuade me.
Right, so one of my concerns is that the baby isn't moving that much. Okay, and so we'll monitor that with I'll give you a chart to count the movements, and by coming to the antenatal day unit for monitoring. The other little concern I've got is that you're quite small and the baby's a decent size.
Right.
Okay, and like you said, the baby's getting bigger every day. Okay.
Despite the risks and the midwife's genuine concerns, Sophie is determined that she wants to go into labour naturally. But will Sophie's choice be the right one?
I'd rather not be induced because I've been told it takes you into the last stages of labour, so your body don't build up and get ready for the pain. So then I think all my plans will get thrown out the window and I'll end up having pain relief and stuff.
The waiting seems to have paid off, as 14 days overdue and just hours before she's due to be induced, Sophie's waters finally break.
Tell me in a minute when that gas is worn off. Just close your eyes for a minute, that's brilliant. Just close your eyes for a minute.
When my water's gone, me and James couldn't stop laughing. It was really funny. The water just wouldn't stop gushing. Then I had to sit on a towel and just sit on the bed and let it come out. And then as soon as you get changed, it just pops again, doesn't it?
Yeah, but wriggle up here a little bit. No, never mind. Stay sharp. Stay sharp. All right. And just come on to your back.
It's not long before Sophie starts reconsidering her birthing options. Bring out the drugs.
Okay, Sophie came in a couple of hours ago at 3 centimetres dilated. She's started on the gas and air because she's having some pain, and we think the baby's back to back and she's having quite a lot more pain. So we're talking about having an epidural. So that's where we're at the minute.
What I'd written on my birth plan was that I didn't want an epidural. I didn't want any pain relief other than gas and air, but when I got in the labour, it was totally different. I ended up having the epidural, but I'd been told that the epidural distresses the baby and it affects its breathing. When I asked the anaesthetist, he said that's not true at all. It's that it more affects the mother, really. That you can have numbness in your legs afterwards and things like that, but I didn't have any of that. So really, I'd had a lot of wrong information, really. So I probably would have made them decisions in my birth plan.
I'm going. Open more the stud and the front sheet.
Yeah, it's going.
Just everything that's going on. Put your feet up on here.
Put your feet up there, hold the pillow. Okay, rest here, okay, right. I tell you the position which you would like.
But it's not only Sophie feeling the pressure.
I suppose it was horrible. There's nothing I could do about it. I was relieved when she had that first bit of gas in her. Like, I could see the main bit of the pain went then, but she could still feel bits. When she had the epidural, it was just plain sailing then, and I was relieved she weren't feeling no pain.
Okay, hang on here.
Your gas now, you know.
Use the gas. I'm hanging on here for a while, yeah.
Something. You want to use this? You can use it, okay.
An epidural is an injection of local anaesthetic and pain-killing drugs into the spine. It often gives complete pain relief to the mother, yet despite this, having an epidural is by no means an easy option. Women who have an epidural are 3 times more likely to need assistance to help deliver the baby. And as Sophie's expecting her first baby, choosing an epidural will cut her chances of having a normal delivery in half.
Good, you're doing very well, I tell you. You're doing very well. 10 out of 10 marks for you, okay?
To have the epidural was really uncomfortable because I was in agony and it took about 20 minutes to actually give me the epidural, and I'm sat at the end of the bed in agony.
Are you alright, love?
And they were like fussing about with like all the medical stuff they had to do. I remember him injecting it, and I was really shivery then, from then on. dead shaky.
Put one onion bits up.
After I had the epidural, the pain went away after about 10 minutes, I'd say. After that, I had no pain at all.
Fine, yeah. Come on. Here. Yes.
With the pain gone, so is Sophie's dream of a drug-free birth. After the break, will James make it through Sophie's labour? And meet Rona, the midwife you don't want to mess with.
Come on, I've 3 ringlets here now. Go on, let's have another curl.
We're back with 17-year-old couple James and Sophie with their high ideals of having a drug-free birth. But 3 hours into the labour, reality bites, and an epidural is needed when Sophie can't cope with the painful contractions.
While she's like this, will it still be contracting?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You're doing very well, I tell you. You're doing very well.
So with the pain controlled, Sophie can now concentrate on having her baby. And there's a long way to go yet.
It has picked up.
You could feel everything, but you just weren't having pain. You could still feel your stomach contracting, and you knew when you had to push and things like that. But just no pain. Yeah. That's why I said I didn't want the epidural at first as well. But when I was in there, I still had control of everything. I was probably in more control after the epidural because I was in pain before and I wouldn't have been able to control the pushing. I would have had it earlier on if I was allowed the epidural, yeah. But you can't predict how it's going to be next time because it might not be as well, the epidural. Sometimes it doesn't work fully like it did for me. I was just lucky.
Push hard. Come on,
Really push hard, Sophie. Really
Push hard.
Go on, you're doing really well. You're doing fantastic.
Good girl. Just numbing your bum.
All right. Take a breath.
Good lass. Come on, we can see low.
With the average labour for first-time mums lasting up to 12 to 14 hours, it's rare for a midwife to remain on duty throughout. The change in shift brings Rona, and she doesn't take prisoners.
Yeah, no, you're working hard.
Well, when I took over, she was just had an epidural, so she was really quite calm. And she stayed like that all the way through. And for such a young girl, she was really, really good.
After the midwife had shown me what to do, after the first few pushes, then I sort of took over and I knew what I was doing, because it was just the same routine, really, every time a contraction come. So I'd say, right, I need to push now, and then we'd all get into the routine of pushing. And usually it was like 3 pushes, but I could feel that I could get another push. And then sometimes I was relying on the midwife, other times I knew. But I was relying on her to make sure everyone was in their position of what to do, yeah.
Hold him there, take a good breath, fill your lungs. Quickly, come on, push him as far up again. Come on.
And it wasn't just Sophie that Rona whipped into shape.
Last little bit. Come on, sweetheart, keep pushing, keep pushing. Come on, push.
Midwife was quite bossy, but I think that's what we needed. We didn't want someone who was like, I needed someone to take control anyway. And she was brilliant. I think she's dealt with the birth before and she knows what to do and how to act. And she did really well. She wanted Sophie to get angry as well, so she could obviously push harder. So yeah, she was brilliant. 10 out of 10 for her.
Beautiful.
Come on, Liam, come on.
He's coming, now you're going in hard. Good. Take a breath, sweetheart. And again. Come on.
Really well.
Come on.
Because she got an epidural in as well, there was no sensation, very little, just perhaps a bit of pressure that she was feeling. So even though I was saying, come on, Sophie, give me another curl, I can see a wrinklet now, you know, she was oblivious to how good she was going.
Midwife Rona has a catchphrase to spur women through their labour. Let's have another curl.
Go on, let's have another curl. Come on. Come on, sweetheart. Really push hard, harder. Harder, harder than that. Again.
My mum and James were both my birthing partners, I think it was hard for both of them because they didn't like seeing me in pain really, but they both really pulled together and did everything Rona was saying.
I was there to keep her comfy, I suppose, in the atmosphere, but whether I did a good job or not is all she can say.
I think James took to it a bit worse because he was making me laugh because he weren't doing everything properly. I had to keep saying, like, grab hold of my leg properly.
Said it was like being at a play. I was in the play but having no part and just stood there with everyone looking at me, expecting me to do things. So.
Just get your arm right round back of her head.
He's quite lazy, to be honest.
Come on, another half pinch before you start. Yeah, let's have another curl.
There it is again. Let's have another curl. How many's that?
It didn't hurt pushing at all. She'd just say, took the odd time and the pushing, you're supposed to push into your bum, and I kept pushing. I'd push into my stomach and I knew I was doing it wrong. But once you start, you can't, until you finish the push, you can't change the push. Like.
Bit more, bit more, bit more, bit more. One more. Come on, we're so close now.
When Liam's head actually come out, I remember my mum and James both looking at his head. And I didn't want him to look because I hadn't seen what he looked like, and I didn't think it was fair I was still pushing. I wanted to be the first to see him.
Yeah, when me and Sophie's mum went to have a look at the baby, I was told off Sophie because she wanted to be the first one to look at it, the baby.
Stop looking at him, everyone. I want to do things. So I only knew he only had a few contractions then to get him out, and I could see him. But I only had one more contraction, and he just shot out like a rocket, didn't he? He just flew straight out.
Come on. Oh, just his hand. Here. Well done. Will he do? Do we have to bring back?
I was really, really amazed, honestly. I couldn't imagine it. When I first stood there, that's why I had to put my head in a different place, because when I first stood there I thought, no way baby's going to be there in a minute screaming, you know. But the weirdest thing of the lot was cutting the cord. It was more like a hacking through the cord. Yeah, I'd put my head somewhere else with that as well.
A bit like cutting grips. No, we'll get it. Alright, no, alright, we'll get it. No, don't get it. You're going. Not sure. We'll take it. No.
When I realised that his whole body was out, it was more like I'm going to see him rather than relief that he's out, because I weren't in any pain or anything like that. And then when she put him on me and I seen what he looked like, it was like, started like my eyes filling up, and I think James's did, and well, everyone's did really, didn't it? I was just looking at him to see who he looked like. I think he looks like James.
Well, everyone's different. I've been doing it 36 years and every baby is different, every mum is different. And it's that look that the mums get on their face when they see this little creature that they've made for 9 months. And it's like, oh, you know, total amazement. Yeah, filling up.
I don't think anything will ever beat the experience when you actually see the baby for the first time.
2, 3, 4, 5 kilos. And in English, £7.6.
After 9.5 long months, it suddenly hits James. He's a dad.
No, it was straight away, like I said, that first breath was everything to me. I was a dad. I realised what we'd done, what Sophie had just done. Yeah, that first breath that he took, that's when it all came to me. I was a dad.
After 10 hours and 7 minutes of hard labour, Sophie deserves a well-earned rest. With baby Liam home, the young couple of finding parenthood is showering them with new rewards.
It shoots right out, doesn't it? If you don't put the nappy back on, it shoots right out.
And then like I just seen it all flooding everywhere. I didn't actually see it coming out.
It goes all over the clothes, you can't stop it, can you? It just sinks in.
When you took the nappy off, you just turn to the side, I have to put it down and I thought, what? Look back, no.
At first, when I found out I was pregnant, we were shocked, weren't we? Because I didn't think our family would take to it. But I think all the planning has helped, really. We hadn't have planned about what I was doing at college and university.
My expectations are a lot worse. You know, people tell you, oh, you're never going to sleep and all this, it's all hard.
They're still saying it now, aren't they? When you go to the shop and stuff, they'll say, oh, it'll never be the same and all that. But
We've been out, we've been for meals. Done as much as we're doing normally, and we still get looked after.
I think it's sometimes the dads don't take to it, do they, as much as the mums. But we're just helping each other out. What's he doing?
You got wind, Sophie, you got a
Was it?
Yeah, when he starts smiling like that, it's not a good thing.
We took it in turns every night to get up. And he changes nappies as well. It's not bothered.
Do everything.
From the start of labour to the birth of baby Liam, labour lasted 10 hours, 7 minutes, and now the young couple are looking forward to the future.
Now that Liam's been born, my overall feeling is just joy that he's here and he's all fine and everything's fine. Sophie's fine. And that staying up through the night and the feeding and changing, it's nothing compared to what we've got. So yeah, it's been excellent. Looking forward to growing up together as a family.